Welcome to Green Dragon Tarot, formerly Card a Day, and tonight we're going to talk about oracle cards, different kinds of oracle cards. So we're going to start with a rather charming deck, Beyond Lemuria. They're quite large cards. So there's my hand. Welcome to Akuta Charles. As you can see, they're quite large cards. They're the size of my hand. My hand isn't exactly small. These cards are for your inner balance. This is for your third. If this card comes up, it's telling you probably you need to balance your third eye chakra. And another one like this would tell you it's time to come out of the shadows to shine your light. It's all about your internals. It's your inner balance. This one's telling you don't hide your talents. You've got unique gifts. And welcome to Sekhmet. Thank you for joining. This one is Trust Your Innocence. So, where you had Shine Your Light earlier, this is Trust Your Innocence. So perhaps your innocence under a certain situation and scenario is actually going to be your protection. And welcome to Kai. Thank you for joining, Kai. Thank you for joining Sekhmet. And Akuhata Charles. These are a beautiful deck, but as I say, they're a really large card. If you look, size of my hand, and even quite a thick deck. So, there we go. This was the heart chakra. So if you're having a reading with these cards, heart chakra comes up. You've obviously got to get some balance, work on your heart chakra. This one, your root chakra. And this one it says manifestia, but you've obviously got to work on manifesting what you want out of life. And we've got a healing one. And as these are for internal, you've got this is talking about healing yourself internally, getting your balance right. So when you're talking about cards like these, there is a forgiveness system called Ho'oponopono. It comes out of Hawaii, and obviously we're all set in our ways. I've been on this planet for a long time. We're habitual people, and the Ho'oponopono prayer is I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. what you're trying to do is take your body back to when you first came out with no resets, with no set behaviors. And part of getting that inner balance is resetting it back to where you when you were first born. No bad habits, no presets in your behavior. And it's lovely to see. I've got lots of you here. I've got CC, Ali, TS, YES, Juicy Mel, Marina, and hi to Tebacel. Thank you. Thank you for joining. If this card comes out, it's alignment. You've got to try and align your chakras, align your systems. So there are other oracles. This one I absolutely love. This is the Kuan Yin Oracle, Oriental based, quite obviously. Tiny Mercy, welcome. Luke Brailsfield, Jack Wells, Stevie, welcome. Welcome. Hi to TS. So, what about the Kuan Oracle? Very Oriental. Refers to the deities that they hold and the advice. Now, in the lovely little book that you get, especially with this deck, it gives you little mantras for all the cards. For the Radiant Moon of Compassion, your mantra would be, Beloved Kuan Yin, your compassion empowers you with endless energy, patience, peace, and love. Infuse me with your light. Help me find compassion so I may rise above the energies of fear or judgment into greater compassion that liberates me to live my own life in peace. Shine upon me, beloved radiant moon of compassion. Om Kuan Yin, Om Mani Padme Hum. So we're talking about inner balance. We're talking about aligning yourself. And it's really important. You can't help other people until you're right in yourself. I've always said, and I say it and I mean it, you can't love and you can't truly love other people till you learn to love yourself. You can't heal other people until you heal yourself. Too many people are trying to help, heal, and do everything for other people, but you've got to get yourself right before you do any of these things. Welcome to Donna McD, Jane Devil, Yeldar, Crofty, BFG, Shazer, Royal. Absolutely amazing. Lovely to see so many people watching. And this is the Kuan Yin. It's a lovely oracle. It's been around for a while, but it's a really good one if you want to balance your inner self. And I'm talking about your inner self and going back to Ho'oponopono. The thing about Ho'oponopono, it actually gives you insights to your internal void. everybody knows we've got the conscious and the subconscious, and they're always talking to each other. Your conscious and your subconscious have got so many presets and so many set ways of dealing with things, and they get ingrained in you. But there is another conscious. It's called the superconscious, but it only talks to the subconscious. It doesn't talk to the conscious. So balancing yourself, you're balancing your conscious, your subconscious, and your superconscious up here. And if you can return to the void, you're taking away your predictive behavior, and you're dealing with situations afresh. You're forgiving yourself the mistakes you've made in the past in dealing with things. We're getting a lot of people in tonight, and I thank you all. I've got Mads, I've got Gus, I've got Shazer, Kay Jane. Thank you all. Greatly appreciated. So that's a Kuan Yin oracle. This is a completely different oracle. Some of you may have heard of the artist. It's based on a game, but you can use them for divination. The guy's called Fez Inkwright. And this is an oracle rather than based on healing yourself inwardly. It's got people, it's got aspects of real life, and it's called the Citadel. And the cards are quite unusual because they are, I would call it a mirror shape. But they are quite beautiful cards. So we've got where are we? There we go. We got the Gambler, the Brawler, the Botanist. Welcome, Izzy. Hello. You got a Spy Master. You've got an Astronomer. I'll say it right eventually. You got Storytellers. Good evening, Tommy. You've got a priest. You've got a puppeteer. And I think anybody, if someone says you've got a puppeteer running your life, think about it. It's obvious what that card is trying to tell you. Merchant, someone trying to sell you something. The Thief, someone who takes something from you. Welcome, Dylan Morgan and Julianne. We've got a good crowd in tonight. I thank you all for coming. And welcome, Sniff. You've got a guide. And these are really nice cards. There's a fake card. Welcome, Mrs. M. You've got a hound. An orator, someone who speaks, someone who lambasts, someone who makes speeches. Welcome, Julia, and welcome, Kaylin. Got a weaver. This deck is a complete community of people. A miser. And there's still more cards to come. It's an amazing little deck. It's fun to play with. Adventurer. You got a pilgrim and your lamp to light its way. If you lost sound, I do apologise. My equipment isn't high spec, but it's all I've got. You got scholars. A tailor. Welcome, Myanmar, Savannah, Snails. A waker. And the assassin. So as you can see, this deck of cards is a whole community. You've got an acolyte, a painter, a founder, welcome, Cryptic. I don't do live readings. Sorry, Michelle, I don't do live readings. But if I've got time, I will try and do something for you. I have got other things planned for this one, but I will try. The musician, the herald, the warrior, the champion. And going back to, if you can see Michelle's question, will I see my child on his birthday? Now, I'll go back to what I said in one of my earlier, longer videos. You've got to learn how to phrase the question. Is the question, will I see my child on his birthday this year? Or on any birthday? It's like asking a yes-no question of will I die? The answer is going to be yes. Am I going to die tomorrow? The answer is probably no. When you ask for a reading of any kind, be it with a pendulum, cards, through mediumship, you have to make sure you frame the question to what you want the answer to. Is my favourite football team going to win the FA Cup? Or win the Super Bowl? But if you don't stipulate the date, time, or year, you could get a yes answer, but it could be in 2 years' time. So I did mention this in one of my earlier longer videos. When you're reading for people, you need to sit down and talk to them and say, what do you need to know? What are you trying to find out? And then that way you can actually frame the question and get the right answer for that person. Often people ask the wrong question. A very good example, I did a reading for a lady about 2 years ago, and it was her husband's first day at a new job. She shuffled the cards, I cut them, I laid them out. I got an answer that her husband was going to enjoy the job and he was going to be in it for a while, and everything was going to be okay. Because her overriding thoughts while she was shuffling them cards, and at that moment in time, she was so worried about her husband and her new job, the cards gave her the answer to that question rather than the question she was trying to ask. To the rude person, you can leave if you wish, but please don't upset any other people in the room. So, that is the Citadel cards. Another kind of oracle you can use is based on legend and lore, like the Mist of Avalon. Thank you. Apology accepted. These are based on the Arthurian legends. Different characters, tales. Again, these are quite, can be, you can attribute them to what people need to do or situations in real life. These are just themed oracles. So we've got Nimue, who's a major character. Let's see what we got. We have got Galahad, the knight. We have got the Chalice Hill, allegedly where the Holy Grail was once kept. We've got the Isle of Avalon. The Holy Thorn. The beautiful Mists of Avalon. Thank you for the follow. We have Merlin, the Grand Meister. We have Morgan Le Fay. And we have the tour, which is Glastonbury Tour, with the Abbey on top. Another place meant to be where the Graham went or was. And there's the old Abbey from Glastonbury. Taliesin. The Lady of Shalott. Brigid. The High Priest of Avalon. We have Excalibur. And we have Arthur himself. And we have Stevie Nicks' favourite card, Rhiannon, Camelot, the famous white hart which people used to hunt but never caught. We had an Nimue. The Sacred Grove. And the Lovely Igraine. With Guinevere. So as you can see, lots of oracle cards. Lots of reasons. So I wouldn't normally do this because there's so many people watching, and it could affect this reading because it's not one-on-one. But for me, Michelle Griffin. Okay, this is Little Things Ready to Go. Will Michelle Griffin, 02, see her child on his birthday? I'm going to say in 2025. If I lift it higher. Well, I'm getting a yes. Now, in saying that, when you say see, that means your eyes will see him. Whether it's in person, I don't know. No, I don't do those kind of readings, Hilly. Cross your fingers and hope, my friend. And Tevisel, I tend not to do relationship readings because they're so, what's the word I'm looking for? The word unpredictable. They can change from minute to minute with the wrong word and a wrong sentence. That's why I tend not to do relationships. A reading is only as good as it is when it's done at the time. Anything you do between after that reading and up to the time of the event, you can change things. I will explain it with my left turn, what I call the left turn rule. If I did a reading for you and you took it to heart, you believed what I told you, but instead of turning right down the road, you turned left. You don't know why, but you turned left. You turned left instead of turning right. Anything I have just said to you on that reading has just completely gone out the window because you've done something that you hadn't planned to do. And I call it the left turn rule. So just because a reading doesn't turn out right, it's not the reader's fault. Something has happened in between that reading and the event that the reader was reading for Someone involved in that situation has done something out of character, or that wasn't planned for them to do. And that's not defending bad readers. The cards are only as good at the time that they were read, or the pendulum. So remember one thing, and I'm going to go back to the Ho'oponopono thing, the Hawaiian almost meditation. It's a forgiveness prayer. You owe it to yourself to get your internal balance right. Your conscious, your subconscious, and your superconscious. Get that aligned. Get your chakras aligned. Don't let anybody take you off of that. You're responsible for your life. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. You're forgiving yourself. You may not be at fault, but you're forgiving yourself for your part in the situation. You're returning yourself to the void. Breaking the routines. You're breaking the set. You're starting afresh from zero, from when you first came into this world, with no set patterns, with no preconceived and no preconceived ideas of what was going to happen. And half the secret of coming through in life is having that openness and act in a correct way, and not in a way which is expected of you. The way that you need to react under a situation. Good night. I've got 177 of you watching. I can't say hello to every one of you, but I really do appreciate you being here tonight. It's an amazing experience. It's lovely to talk to each and every one of you. Let me try and catch up with the chat just a wee bit. Like I say, I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm not going to run a subscription channel. I'm not going to run a Patreon. I'm just doing this because it's something I believe in, and I believe in this strongly. I'm not here to take money out of you. I'm just trying to spread the word. Welcome, Tammy, Katie Lou, Zoom Dance, Kai. Zach, Cryptic, Gus, Crofty, Pixie Raphael Finn, something like that. Jilly, Kaya Juro, Jojo, Tez, Foreign Currency, Laney. It's really good to have you all in here. So I'm going to round it off tonight. I don't plan going live. I just decide to go live every now and again. So if you want to, just give me a follow. If I'm going live, it'll pop up that I'm going live. I've got other things planned to talk about and show you, but it's been a really good night. And Hilly, I hope Wednesday goes well for you. I hope it's a brilliant night. Michelle Griffin, I hope you actually get to see your son in person on his birthday. I'll send good thoughts out to the universe on that for you. Scientific method. How am I scamming? I'm not asking for money. I just want to follow. I don't do Patreon. If you'd like to leave the room now, Mr. Method, I would appreciate it. But as I say, just put me on a follow. I'll try and follow you all back. I'll try and remember as many names as possible and follow you all back. And anytime I go live, I will be live. You can join me and let's see how the conversation goes. I thank you all for joining me tonight. And Mr. Scientific Method, I have not made a penny out of this. I am not a scanner. So, good night to you all. And, oh, to Basil, will OP reconcile with me? That's definitely an emotional situation. Emotional situations are at very best um, impossible to predict. If you both go in level headed and talk things out calmly, that you've got every chance. You don't need cards or a pendulum for that. You just need calmness, level headedness, and what you need to do is set a base for the discussion, keep it calm, keep the conversations at a low volume, keep it slow, bring up the points, and see where you get to. Because we're only human. No one wants to be shouted at. No one wants to be screamed at. And above all else, no one wants to fight. No one wants to scream and shout. So I'll wish every one of you love, light, health, wealth, happiness, and providence. And I'll finish with the Ho'oponopono prayer again. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. If if you can remember those words, repeat them to yourself. You're returning yourself to the void. So, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I hope to see some of you back again the next time I go live. It's been really good with you. And I thank you all for turning up tonight. I know I prattled on for a long time. But I hope some of you feel better for the end of it. So come join me again the next time and check out my daily readings. It's not about making money, it's just about spreading the word and a little bit of love and light sent around the world doesn't hurt anybody. With that, good night.